Score holiday gifts everyone wants for way less at your Nordstrom Rack store. Save on UGG, Nike, Rag & Bone, Vince, Frame, Kurt Geiger London, and more.
Because there's always something new.
I'm giving all the gifts this year with that extra 5% off when I use my Nordstrom credit card. Santa who?
Join the Nordy Club at Nordstrom Rack to unlock our best deals. It's easy. Big gifts, big perks. That's why you rack.
If your appliances can't handle the holiday hosting heat, December deal drops at Lowe's makes upgrading easy. Get up to 35% off select major appliances, and rewards members save an additional $40 on the Whirlpool electric range and the over-the-range microwave. Plus, get up to 60% off select ladders so you can deck all the halls. Lowe's, we help, you save. Valid through 12/10. While supplies last, selection varies by location. Loyalty program subject to terms and conditions. See Lowe's.com/terms for details.
Silent bitch, holy bitch.
Oh, the weather outside is frightful, but inside we're so insightful.
By we mean me, Kara Clank.
And me, Jackie Zabrowski.
The hosts of Who's the Bitch, right here on the Last Podcast Network.
Where you bring us your bitchuation and we tell you who the bitch is.
The next Bitchathon is sliding down your chimney on Thursday, December 11th.
We're taking your calls live, 4 p.m. to 8 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, 7 p.m. to 11 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So grab some holiday buzzballs and join us.
It's also going to be a makeshift LPN holiday party, so you never know what's going to happen. Jingle your little bells over to youtube.com/@who'sthebee. Watch along, join the chat, and call us with your reindeer games.
You mean the Ben Affleck movie?
Maybe. See you bitches there.
I hear the jingle jangle of a bitch calling woohoo, woohoo, woohoo. I hear my bitches calling, the bitches calling woohoo. Who's the bitch? I guess they're calling woohoo's the bitch.
Jingle bitches all the way.
Yes, baby.
Hello, welcome back to Who's the Bitch. I'm Kara Clank.
I'm Jackie Zabrowski.
And we're in the throes of it. We're in the throes of holiday time. It's December 10th, and that means tomorrow is the Bitchathon, baby.
Oh my God.
Cancel your fucking work holiday party and be in front of your computer or be on your phone.
On your phone,
at your holiday party with your AirPods in, laughing at us and not having a coworker pinch your ass or something. You know, my friend's sister-in-law, who I've hung out with for years, she's a lawyer. And
she's still getting sexually harassed at the holiday parties?
Her bread and butter is clients getting sexually harassed at holiday parties.
Really?
That's kind of her. Like, I remember when I first met her, and she's like a pretty high-powered lawyer, I would say. And she's like, yeah, mainly it's like I like huge corporations where people act up at holiday parties or do sexual harassment and stuff like that.
I thought that was still back in the land of Scrooge. I thought you didn't have those kind of holiday parties anymore.
Well, oh no. I mean, just anybody getting drunk and honking a butt or making a comment about your tits. If you work at a big company,
I know.
I can understand why people just wouldn't have those parties.
I feel like they probably, I would assume, I guess, you know what? I would love to hear write us in who'sthebitch.com. Did you have a crazy holiday party ever at your job and then you never had a holiday party ever again because that one got too crazy? Wait, you had one of those? What happened at the party that got too crazy? Oh, we can't even get into it. We can't even get into it. I know that this is only coming from a creative bitch that has never worked in any kind of office scenario. I've always dreamed of it. I barely know how to use a computer. I don't know how to use an Excel. I can't even lie when people are like, I mean, you know how to use MS Word. I'm like, sure, yeah, I think I can open it. And I always really dreamed of the world of working in an office.
I think we talked about this on one of our first episodes.
Really?
I remember you talking to me and saying that you'd never had a corporate job, and I remember telling you about the MTV party that I went to, because I worked at MTV for a bunch of different years, but not always over the holidays. And one year it was over the holidays that I worked there where I was invited, because I think also sometimes they didn't always invite freelancers, but I was like a permalancer, so I got invited, and it was the year that We Found Love came out, and we just jumped up and down, and then I threw up in a garbage can when I got off the subway.
Yes, you did. We found love in a garbage place.
Yeah, I found love puking in a trash can outside of the Natural History Museum in New York. But Because I think I told you I got home and Jared goes, hey, and I go, don't look at me.
Oh my God.
I was like a wreck and I had just thrown up. But yeah, like I had been to many holiday parties and yeah, somebody always like, but at the same time, it's like my friend and her husband are married because they made out at a holiday Christmas party.
Whoa.
You know what I mean? Like people gotta.
That's the thing. You still watch Love Actually
and
every
you gotta
year.
have moments where holiday parties where people at work can like throw down and have fun with each other. I think the problem is that people get handsy and you know, sometimes it's unrequited, but sometimes it's requited and you've been waiting for somebody at work to.
Oh my God. And then you're just Laura Linney, and then you're just Laura Linney, and then you gotta go take care of your brother, and then you can't even fuck the
For
guy.
For one night, you gotta fuck this hot guy,
It's
Laura
just
Linney.
like one night, just put the phone on mute. We don't need it. He'll be fine.
Well, this goes perfectly into, well, by the way, we said Holiday Bitchathon tomorrow, December 11th.
Yes.
4 to 8 p.m.
4 to 8
Pacific,
p.m.
7 to 11 Eastern. It's at youtube.com/who'sthebee.
Yes.
youtube.com/@who'sthebee. And go there and subscribe, and it will give you a reminder. I think when we're live.
Yes.
And then who'sthebitch.com is how you call in if you've had a story that you've been not sure how to email it, not sure how to tell it in a voicemail that will be short enough. Call us. We're like so excited to talk to everybody live.
Yes.
We're gonna try to be doing more of these more frequently in the new year. This past year we've done them quarterly and they've been fun, but we're gonna try next year a few more.
Bumping it up.
But we just almost got into the conversation of Christmas movies. Are you a Love Actually girl? I love Love Actually.
You know, I hate myself for loving Love Actually.
I don't. I unapologetically like it.
Wow.
I think I'm. You know what? I think that there has been a blogosphere, like Jezebel articles and all these people.
You're right, because the girl's not fat. We know she's not fat.
We know the girl's not fat. We know Emma Thompson. I mean, like, listen.
I look to love from both sides now. Oh my God, that whole scene.
I mean, that's the thing. There are certain vignettes in that show, in that movie, that are we could leave them, but there's a lot of them that I still take, and I really like the movie. It just is such a it's Christmas, it's London, I love it, and I won't apologize. Everybody acting like,
yes.
Oh, it's so basic and it's so good, great. I don't care.
Wow, go off, Queen.
What's
yes.
you like Hocus Pocus at Halloween? You're original. You know, I don't know.
Don't go, I feel like don't come at somebody for their holiday choices.
I also watched it at a time where I really just I saw it in the theater and I loved it so much. And I'll tell you, I walked out of seeing Love Actually in Rome. I saw it in Rome, Italy. Because it was very hard to find movies that were in English, but I went and saw it with my friends. I was like, what a great movie, amazing. And I got a call as soon as I walked out of the theater that my grandmother had died. So even that movie is associated to me with a very bad piece of news, and I still love it.
Oh my God. See, I'm very scared.
Still love it
this year because I am a diehard for Family Stone.
Oh,
and I don't know how I'm going to watch it this year.
Lisa and I talked about this on That's Messed Up.
I don't know if I can watch it.
She watches it every year.
I watch it every year. I don't know if I can handle it this year. I think that, can I do that? Especially this year for me particularly.
Yes.
I don't know if I can.
Yes.
I don't know if
I can't believe we're never going to see Diane Keane in a movie again.
I know. Don't think about it. We're never getting any more book clubs.
No.
What are we going to do without them?
You know, I was first in line to both of the book club movies.
Were you
so
really?
I saw them in the theater.
Oh my God.
I love old lady movies. I love
you like the
80
cheerleader
for Brady,
one.
Palms. I took Rosie to Palms as a baby.
Wow.
She cried and I jumped up and ran to the back of the theater so that I could bounce her
and
while I
keep
kept watching Palms.
Are you also a Sex and the City person?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Well,
I just, I was just curious.
I'm still 5 episodes away from finishing it just like that.
Wow.
I just haven't finished it.
Are you a completist to that extreme?
Well, I will say I watched a lot of And Just Like That. One time I was just reading through everybody's email submissions, but it was on.
It was on in
I'm
the
not
background.
super focused.
Oh,
I mean, And Just Like That sucks. I can't not watch The World. I like the world of Sex and the City.
You just want to nestle in
and
there.
And some of those new characters I think are fun too. I like it. It's just so. I think there could have been such a way to make it great, and they didn't. But
of course, every year there's the bituation of Die Hard being a Christmas movie. Now, I feel like I'm kind of at a point of we still need to have this, but we have to have the memes every single year. Except this year, I, again, would not really give a shit. I like the movie Die Hard. I think it is funny. I like movies that aren't openly Christmas being considered Christmas movies.
Yeah.
I think it's fun. But Macaulay Culkin was doing a talk back for something, and he was asked by a fan if he thought Die Hard was a Christmas movie, and he said no. He said definitively no, and in fact, that everyone in the audience booed him when he said that Die Hard was not a Christmas movie.
This is hard for me because Home Alone is to me like the quintessential. It's like one of the best Christmas movies of all time.
That's why I think they asked him, because he is,
Christmas boy. Yeah.
As much as he doesn't want to be a Mariah Carey, he is a bit of a Mariah Carey during the Christmas season. And it is kind of crazy because Macaulay Culkin was like the perfect age for us, and maybe more so for me than it was for you necessarily, but I was never into wanting to kiss Macaulay Culkin, even when I was young.
No.
I think that he was such a hero. Like, he was such a...
Well, he, in the movies, like when the movie came out, I was like fresh. I was 9, maybe freshly 10.
So you were the perfect
So I'm like his age. Like, he's 8 in the movie, right?
Yeah, yeah.
So I'm like, he's my age. So I was always like, he's a kid. And whenever I meet an actor as a kid, I'm never attracted to them forever.
Really?
Because I can't do he's always, Macaulay Culkin's a kid to me forever. Leonardo DiCaprio is a kid to me forever because I met him in Growing Pains.
Wow.
Even Jack on Titanic, all that stuff. I'm like, I can see how he was cute. And like, I think when I was a teen, I had teen shit of him on my wall.
Oh, yeah.
But he's still a teen to me. And I can't.
Oh, so he never got past
I can't,
that.
like, even in movies that I see him in now, I'm not attracted to him. But I think Macaulay Culkin is great. I like seeing him now. I'm happy he has a family and that he actually made it past being a child star and with all the fucked up stuff that happened in his family, and that he's not an absolute wreck of a person.
Also, did you ever go see, is it the Pizza Underground was the name of his band that he did the...
No, I definitely have never seen Macaulay Culkin's band.
He did like a cover band that was like a pizza. I have to look it up. I remember specifically seeing them. I think it was called the Pizza Underground.
But have I ever talked about
it
how...
is, and I did see them in New York.
I
they
cannot
do
believe
covers of Velvet Underground songs in a pizza variety.
Wow. Good for him.
And that was back in the day, though. That was back in New York, baby.
Do you know that when Home Alone came out, it was in the theaters for almost a year?
What?
Home Alone, I think, stayed in the theater almost until the following Christmas.
What?
Because it was so popular. People saw it all year round. And that was back when, like, movies would be in the theaters for a couple months anyway.
Yeah.
Remember?
Right.
Because we didn't have what we have now. And when it came, the following Christmas, I wanted to get it. So at that point, I'm like 11, turning 11. And I wanted to buy it for my family for Christmas or something, or for my brother. And I went to my movie store and I go, how much is the VHS of Home Alone going to be? The VHS cassette tape. And they were like $99. And even then it was like, we're going to have to special order it. It's like hard to get.
Wow.
And I go, well, you can go ahead and cancel the order. I'm 11. I don't have $99 lying around. But isn't that nuts? Like, you couldn't even, if you wanted to see Home Alone for that first couple of years, you'd have to rent it or go see it in the movie theater.
Damn, that's
I think
crazy.
I'm right. Okay, well, I'm not finding it on Google, but I read that somewhere, that it was in the theater for a full year.
I do find it fun because Macaulay Culkin, during the same talkback, did say that he felt that he had the perfect Home Alone sequel, which I think is fun because I believe there are 4 or 5 of them already. But to him, the only true sequel to Macaulay Culkin is it's him grown up as either a widower or a divorcee, and he said, I'm raising a kid, and like, I'm not really paying enough attention to the kid's getting miffed at me, and then he gets locked out. And the entire movie is about him trying to get back into his house, but his kid that he doesn't have a good connection with is booby trapping the home so he can't get back inside of it. And that it's also like an allegory for their relationship, and then and everything else, and like building on that.
I'm
and
trying to get in.
Yes, and not in a vampire way. Although maybe that's the crossover that they're begging for. Maybe that's really why you can't get in the house, because you're a vampire and your son has taken back the opportunity for you to enter the house.
Oh my God.
Is that too much of a stretch?
It made almost it made $500 million almost worldwide.
Whoa.
Second highest grossing film of 1990. What is higher? Can't find it. Ghost.
Wow.
Ghost made a little bit more money in 1990 than Home Alone. That's crazy. All right. Well, so yeah, I never wanted to smooch Macaulay.
But also
and
Die Hard.
Christmas movie.
movie? Do you care?
I've seen Die Hard once in my life, probably.
Aha.
And I think I liked it, but I think anything can be a fucking Christmas movie to you if it's like what you watch with your family on Christmas, if that's what we're talking about. If we're talking about movies that it's like it should be like anything with the Academy. You know how like you have to have a certain amount of screen time or a certain amount of lines to be considered best supporting or best actor.
Right.
Christmas needs to be at the forefront of a couple of conversations. There needs to be a certain number of trees.
Yes.
A certain number of snowflakes.
Yes. And now the thing is, because Macaulay Culkin said specifically, he's like, I don't think that just because it's set at Christmas means it is a Christmas movie. But you're right. It is the amount of Christmas that they pepper into it. Because he's like, well, Die Hard can happen any time of year. But then what the moderator said to him was, Home Alone can happen any time of year too. But it is all hinged on the Christmas trip for the family.
Yes.
But this is at a Christmas Eve holiday office party. There's Christmas music, there's Christmas decorations, there's like, it's about family. I feel like it is a Christmas movie. And it also
ups the stakes of like whatever's happening to Bruce Willis, right? Because it's like nobody wants to get murdered on Christmas.
And I will give you, Addams Family Values, to me, is a Thanksgiving movie.
Yes.
But that is something we grew up with watching, and technically it is a summer camp movie. And people are like, you can't say it's a Thanksgiving movie just because they sing the Thanksgiving song in it. But I say we can because technically...
Why can't it be both?
Addams Family Values was kind of dealing with the idea of Thanksgiving being a holiday about a genocide back in the early 90s when really that wasn't necessarily being talked about.
Yeah.
And so to me, Addams Family Values, always a Thanksgiving movie.
And why can't it be both? Why can't it be both? There's a million summer camp movies. There's like no Thanksgiving movies. We got to give it to Thanksgiving for that.
And it's got Joan Cusack in it. I need Joan Cusack every Thanksgiving.
Oh, I love Joan Cusack. My only celebrity lookalike I've ever been told. Okay.
Oh my God, I die. You do. Oh my God, you do.
You think I look like her?
Yeah, for sure.
Interesting.
I could definitely. Oh,
it's the only one I've ever gotten.
I could definitely see that. And I think Joan Cusack is fucking hot.
I love her. I want her to do my other podcast because she's been in SVU. If anyone knows Joan Cusack, please let me know.
Or she can come on here. We can get her advice.
Let's get her on Who's the Bitch.
The best part of holiday gifting? Giving them something they'll use all year. During December deal drops at Lowe's, save $40 on select Craftsman V20 tools, now just $59. Plus, all rewards members get free standard shipping. Shop new December deal drops every week this month. Lowe's, we help, you save. Valid through 12/10. While supplies last. Free shipping excludes Alaska and Hawaii. Exclusions and more terms apply. Loyalty program subject to terms and conditions. Subject to change. Visit Lowe's.com/shipping terms for details.
Hey, Ryan Reynolds here from Mint Mobile. One of the perks about having 4 kids that you know about is actually getting a direct line to the big man up north. Mm-hmm. And this year, he wants you to know the best gift that you can give someone is the gift of Mint Mobile's unlimited wireless for $15 a month. Now, you don't even need to wrap it. Give it a try at mintmobile.com/switch.
Upfront payment of $45 for 3-month plan equivalent to $15 per month required. New customer offer for first 3 months only. Speed slow after 35 gigabytes if network's busy. Taxes and fees extra. See mintmobile.com.
Jackie, will you please read our first email of the day?
I would love to, Kara.
You got
Hey, Jackie and Kara.
I would also like to point out that this email comes from a throwaway email because literally incorporated into the address is throwaway email, the words.
Love this.
And I think that's so funny because people write that on Reddit all the time. They're like, this is a throwaway account for Reddit. And I like that you would set up a throwaway email
Thank
to email
you,
us.
throwaway email.
It shows a lot of grit.
Yes, love this. Okay. Hey, Jackie and Kara. I love the pod so much, and every new episode is the highlight of my week. Y'all are hilarious, and I love listening to the advice you give. Thank you so much for listening. Okay, my bitchuation is that I have a friend Lana, who for the past year was in a terrible relationship with her boyfriend, Rob. He would constantly cheat on her even after getting caught and promising he would stop multiple times. Despite me warning her to not go back to him over and over again, Lana would always end up forgiving Rob and taking him back, despite the fact he would eventually go back to cheating as usual. Lana only finally dumped him after he gave her an STD thanks to his constant cheating with no protection. But even then, it took me a week to finally convince her to drop him permanently. The whole thing was painful to watch, but I was glad we could close this chapter on our lives and finally move on. That was until Lana told me recently that she found one of the girls Rob had been seeing behind her back on Instagram. Her name is Ariel. Lana knows Rob was cheating on her with Ariel because Rob admitted to it over text, along with the fact that he gave Lana an STD. So I told Lana, hey, have you thought about sending Ariel a DM? Telling her that Rob is spreading STDs around since he was cheating on you with her and that she should get tested or something? Lana told me, yeah, I'll think about it, and then changed the subject. I followed up with Lana a few days later and asked if she was still planning on warning Ariel, but Lana just shrugged and said, I thought about it and I don't want to cause drama, so I'm not going to say anything. I think this is crazy. Not only does Lana have evidence of Rob admitting to all of his bullshit over text that she could use for proof if anyone questions her, I think it's also extremely irresponsible to not tell other girls that the guy they recently slept with is a cheater and has an STD. Lana is extremely passive and hates any kind of potential confrontation, which is one of the reasons why I think it took her forever to break up with Rob. So I kind of get why she's afraid to reach out to Ariel in case this blows up. But at the same time, I think it's messed up to not warn Ariel that her health may be in jeopardy. I've been friends with Lana for years, but her unwillingness to look out for other women is really irritating me and is making me question if I want to remain her friend. Should I confront Lana about this, or should I mind my own business? Would I be the bitch if I just DM Ariel myself at this point and tell her what's going on? I have no clue, LMAO, but I'm curious to hear y'all's opinions. Thanks so much for reading. Love you both. Bye.
Jackie, what say you?
Ooh. You know, it is so difficult to watch a friend make bad choices.
Yeah.
Oh, you just watch them and you try to be there for them and you support them and you're there for them when they come back around. And you know what? You usually probably keep your I told you so's off to the side because you know it's not going to really do anything. But every once in a while, you have a friend that the things that they start not taking care of in your life start to affect you and how you're viewing them and your friendship. And this is definitely one of those time periods. I would for sure talk to Lana again about this and talk to her more about her feelings about reaching out. Now, it is not her responsibility to tell Ariel that she has an STD.
No,
Might have an STD.
I mean,
it is not her responsibility at all. It's not. I understand where Lana is coming from. However, I think that sometimes we get into, like, if she knows and she has the proof that they were sleeping together, that I would feel a sense of obligation to say something to Ariel about it. To say, like, at least, hey, you fucked the dude that I was seeing and I have an STD. You might just want to get tested. I feel that I would be pushed to do something like that. And I'm saying as Lana. I'm not saying as Lana's friend. I'm saying
you would
as
feel
Lana. You, Lana's friend, do not get involved in this because I also feel like let's be Ariel for a moment and be on the other side of that and hearing that just from some friend of some person that you may be just finding out that you were even cheating on another person. Like, we don't know anything about Ariel. Right? We don't even know if we should be upset with her. We don't know anything about.
Yeah,
right?
She doesn't.
Not that I'm saying she deserves to know about having an STD or not. I'm not saying that.
Did Ariel even know she was being
right? That's what I mean.
Second person.
That's what I mean. Like, I don't even know if she knows anything about this situation. So that's why we got to take this. It's not even. I feel like in this moment, I feel like this email is asking whether or not, like, should I dump my friend because she's not being a fucking girl's girl and I don't support it? And I feel like that is what this question is. If it pushed you to a place that you don't want to be friends with them anymore, I would definitely have a couple more conversations before getting to a place of being like, I don't think I even want your friendship if you're going to continue making these life choices. Because I'll tell you what, it might get to that.
Yeah.
It might get to that.
Yeah, because I mean, okay, you're only giving us one example of how Lana does not look out for other women, and it is in this situation where, for all we know, this guy was like being emotionally abusive to her.
Right, we don't know.
Obviously, he is if he's like treating her badly and then coming back and continuing to he's continuing to cheat. You know what I mean? She might be like, I need for my own mental health to just cut my ties from him. What if she's worried that he's going to actually retaliate or something or do something fucked up?
Right.
If she reaches out and tells this girl about a health thing, you know what I mean? If I'm you, set up a fucking fake Instagram. Set up a fake Instagram and just shoot her a message, this girl Ariel, and go, hey, you don't know me. You don't have to listen to me if you don't want to, but I know that this guy Rob that you were dating has chlamydia, and I think you should go get checked. Bye.
Ooh.
That's it.
Speaking of throwaway email, you get the throwaway count.
You obviously are good at a throwaway. Get in there. Make a fake fucking Instagram and just do it. And hopefully they'll see it because they'll check their like unread. And that's all you can do. You're a person that is out here like looking for kind of like justice for like the scales to be tipped in the correct way. And unfortunately, like you cannot force Lana to be like that. If there are other examples of ways that you feel like Lana doesn't look out for women in a way that is malicious and is not just a manifestation of the fact that she obviously has some self-esteem issues and some self-respect issues like that she's working through, then I think those are worthy of you bringing to her attention. But if it's literally most of your resentment is tied up in how she acts about this man or in her romantic relationships, then yeah, it's like what Jackie said, like it might just be a thing where after years and years of watching her make these decisions, you're like, maybe you aren't the kind of friend I want to be hanging out with.
Right.
But also, if she was to get into a perfectly healthy relationship next and you see this problem that you're describing kind of disappear, then maybe it was this guy.
Yeah.
And maybe it was like her feelings around that. But yeah, in terms of handling this immediately, get in there with the fake Instagram account. I mean, like, I watched this one woman show of this amazing comedian, Jackie Johnson, did a one woman show where she got a DM out of nowhere from a woman that was sleeping with her husband, and it changed her life.
Whoa.
And I think for the better. You know, I mean, hopefully if this guy gave her an STD, she's feeling the symptoms of it. But again, there are STDs that go dormant and can really hurt your health.
She might not know.
Yeah. So I do think if you're really worried about Ariel, send an anonymous message.
Yes.
Don't don't send it from your personal account because that gets sloppy and Lana could get mad at you and Rob could retaliate against you. Send her an anonymous message. I happen to know for a fact that, and you know, that's
but I would definitely say talk to Lana
don't
again,
engage in a conversation. Give her the information and get out of there.
Yes, but talk to Lana about your feelings about how she treats other women if this is something that
that's recurring and you have more examples. We don't have the examples in front of us. So yeah, totally. Talk to Lana.
Thank you, though.
Thank you. Oh my gosh. Okay, let's read our next email. We're heavy on the emails today. Okay, ladies, hoping you read this. Understandable if you don't. Just saying, I'm a big fan of you both, and listening to your show has made me feel better able to voice my opinion and stand up for myself in a clear, concise, and reasonable way.
Yes,
you're teaching the people some skills at the same time as making them laugh. You know what? That was our goal.
Oh, thank you.
I don't know where we thought we had the
audacity.
Or the credentials to give anyone advice, but we were really just trying to make people laugh. We hope we're helping. Here's my bitchuation. My best friend Tess is getting married next summer and is having a small wedding in the UK.
Okay.
I am married and my husband is invited, and our other best friend, Amy, is obviously also invited. Amy is currently single, but given that the rest of the bridal party has a +1, Tess gave Amy a +1 to be fair, and also to enable her to not be traveling alone to another country. Mm-hmm. We're all from the East Coast in the US. We were all FaceTiming the other day to chat through sleeping arrangements at the wedding. There are certain rooms that we're staying in that are connected, so we wanted to make sure that our core group of friends, me, Tess, the bride, and Amy, were all close by. Amy let us know at that time that she invited a +1. Much to our dismay, she invited her former flame, Matt. For some context, Matt and Amy were together for about 6 months, and then Matt totally ghosted Amy for 10 months. She was devastated given the fact that she had thought they were in it for the long haul. They had talked about moving in together, even marriage, home buying, and children. Amy was completely bereft, and obviously Tess and I helped her through that heartbreak. After those 10 long months, Matt reared his ugly head and re-entered the picture. Despite our best efforts, Amy let him back in. They are now operating as quote-unquote friends only.
Okay. All right. Okay.
For what? Anyway, my question, we'll get into it. My question to you is, am I the bitch for asking Amy to invite someone else to the UK? My fear is that Matt is going to not commit to the trip, or even worse, commit to the trip and then bail on her at the last minute and make her trip to the wedding miserable. Then I fear that Tess will be miserable because she'll feel bad that Amy is the only single friend at the wedding, alone in a different country. I kind of want to get ahead of it and ask Amy to bring another friend or just commit to coming alone. Am I the bitch for wanting to protect Amy and by association Tess? Or should I let Amy learn for herself and let Matt show his true colors? Am I just being negative and not believing Matt can change? I appreciate any advice you have. I am also comfortable with being the bitch, so let me know how you really feel.
Love this,
Much
Logan.
love to you, Logan. She, her.
I will throw it out there that this trip is not until next summer.
Right.
And I think that we've got some time now. I guess we're all making like actual like buying tickets, and I'm assuming because it's UK and you're all you're set, wedding and everything. So I imagine you're getting everything early, and we got to do things internationally early. And I completely understand that.
At the very soonest, this wedding's in about 7 months. It's in about 7 to 9 months, depending what month it's in.
I would have a real fucking honest conversation with Amy about. And like not even in a way of being like, fuck Matt, he fucking ghosted you. Why would you ever fucking trust him again? Which are all the things that I would love to say as well.
Yeah.
I think you approach it in a situation of, do we think that Matt's definitely going to be in the picture? I know that you're just friends, and I think that's great for you guys, and I'm sure that's going to work out really well. But I think that maybe you shouldn't be making future plans with someone that is just friends in this capacity, because we all know if they were actually just friends, fine. We know they're not. We all know they're not. She's bringing them to a romantic fucking wedding.
And they're going to have to share a hotel room. Are they getting separate beds? Maybe they're... Who shares a room with somebody they used to date for 6 months and then ghosted them for 10 months?
No.
First of all, like, can you imagine if a friendship started out that way? That you hung out with even a friend with nothing sexual for 6 months and then they just ghosted you for 10 months? And then came back into the
Unless
picture.
they had a real, like, life fell a fucking part, and then they come back 10 months later and are like, I'm
Your
so
life
sorry.
falls apart. You still can send a text going, I'm fucked up right now. You don't ghost for 10 fucking months. That's so crazy, and it's so fucked up. What I would do is exactly what Jackie's saying. I would probably, after the holidays, after New Year's.
After the holiday.
When it's like, when we're getting down to buying those ticks, I would just take her out for a glass of wine or a drink or whatever and just go, hey, can I just express to you how I'm feeling? I'm feeling really nervous that Matt might bail on you. Do you feel that way at all?
Right.
Or do you really think he's going to, I'm just like, and you could just say, I'm a little bit PTSD because I helped you through 10 months of him ghosting you. I feel like I helped pick you back up from that. And so I don't think he's fully earned my trust back. So I'm just telling you how I feel. Obviously, you're an adult and I trust you to do what's best for you. I'm just making sure that he's the right choice and that you really, just to chat about it.
Also, even in throwing in the way of like thinking about like, you guys are all good friends. You're all in the bridal party. Like, pictures and things like that. Yeah. And it's also like,
totally.
Do you really want this person to be such a big part of like one of your best friend's biggest days?
My husband's ex-wife is in all of my wedding pictures.
Oh, my God.
You gotta so it's kind of like, but I don't think going to her and going, hey, babe, I really think you need to pick someone else is like the right move because she's an adult. I think just literally telling her, I'm a little nervous about this. Do you think are you? You know? And if she's like, no, I mean, he already bought the ticket. Like, I guess if the guy commits financially to buying the ticket, then he's going to come through unless he's totally rich. And that's not a big deal for him to do that. But also it's like, do you really think he's your best guy friend? Don't we have another guy friend that could come and have a platonic? I think it's because Jackie's right. They're not just friends.
Right. They're definitely. I mean, I feel like there's no way.
She thinks that going to this wedding
is going to be
traveling
romantic.
It's going to be where it all seals the deal and they get back together.
You have to get to the center of. Yeah. I feel like you have to have that conversation with your friends to get
there's so many
to that
like
place.
Gay guy friends I would bring with me to something like this.
Oh yeah, and then go find somebody else to hook up with.
Other guys like that are just friends. And be like, let's go to this wedding together and have fun and dance together, and then we'll each find other people to hook up with.
Even as I just said that, maybe that's also a way in which to like be like, let's get rid of this guy, find somebody else
who will be your wingman. But I think it's because she's not going to do that because she wants
to bang this dude.
This is getting back together. No, that's not a friend.
She thinks she's getting back together with him.
You're not a friend with anybody who didn't talk to you for 10 months without a word.
He's not your friend.
But that's for Amy to deal with on her own. I think also.
You can't tell her what to do.
You also can't take on the feelings for all of these people. Like, listen, I have a bunch of friends that came to my wedding with people that they're not together with anymore, or people that they broke up with and divorced and all kinds of stuff. I don't think it's going to ruin Tess's wedding for this guy to come. And I don't think it's going to ruin Tess's wedding for Tess if Amy comes alone. It was a nice gesture for Tess to give her a +1.
Right.
You do not need to take on, you're playing like 10 moves ahead in the chess game right now. You're trying to strategize how all the dominoes are going to fall. That's not really on you. You don't have to do that. And I think what it is you're really just kind of like bummed for your friend because I think you know how this is going to turn out for her.
And remind Amy that she and Matt were talking about moving in together, marriage, maybe having kids. Just remind her.
They made their best efforts and that she let him back in. So this is her life. You can only control.
So difficult watching your friends.
You can only control so much about your friends. So I think just telling her that you're nervous about it and that like, I don't know. Do you ever think about maybe getting somebody, like asking somebody who is like a friend in our friend group or like knows my husband and the husband of the groom or something like that and isn't like this person like that? I don't know. I don't want you to say, I don't really like this guy and I don't feel comfortable. And like both Tess and I are bummed that that's who you're bringing. I think you should just say, I'm really nervous because of like past stuff with him.
Yes.
That he's going to disappoint you and he's going to bail on you or something's not going to go right with this trip. And I just really want us all to have fun and Tess to have a great wedding. And what do you think? Like,
right.
You know, and see what happens.
Oh my God. And wish you please let us know how it goes. Please. Because like, I'm just so curious. Like, did he already buy tickets? Like, is this already like definitely set in stone? Is this something that, please let us know, Logan.
Thank you, Logan, my husband's last name, for writing in. And I think also, I'm trying to grant you the serenity to accept the things you cannot change. You know what I mean? Like, I'm trying to tell you that like, you got to just go to this wedding being like, I'm going to be the best bridesmaid I can be. I'm going to have fun with my husband. This is so fun. It's international. It's your best friend's wedding. I don't think that we can let Amy's decisions and everything like run the ship. And there's nothing you can really do besides tell her how you feel and see what happens, you know?
Let her rewatch the movie My Best Friend's Wedding just to remind her that even though Julia Roberts is perfect, you know, it happened to Julia Roberts in the movie. So just remember that.
If your appliances can't handle the holiday hosting heat, December deal drops at Lowe's makes upgrading easy. Get up to 35% off select major appliances, and rewards members save an additional $40 on the Whirlpool electric range and the over-the-range microwave. Plus, get up to 60% off select ladders, so you can deck all the halls. Lowe's, we help, you save. Valid through 12/10. While supplies last. Selection varies by location. Loyalty program subject to terms and conditions. See Lowe's.com/terms for details.
Hey, Ryan Reynolds here for Mint Mobile. You know, one of the perks about having 4 kids that you know about is actually getting a direct line to the big man up north. And this year, he wants you to know the best gift that you can give someone is the gift of Mint Mobile's unlimited wireless for $15 a month. Now, you don't even need to wrap it. Give it a try at mintmobile.com/switch.
Upfront payment of $45 for 3-month plan equivalent to $15 per month required. New customer offer for first 3 months only. Speed slow after 35 gigabytes if network's busy. Taxes and fees extra. See mintmobile.com.
Okay, let me play a voicemail that we have.
Thank you for calling Who's the Bitch. Tell us in the voicemail who's the bitch. Beep.
Hello, Jackie and Kara. My name is Matt. I have a bitchuation to present to you.
Okay.
I am a 30-year-old male dating in the big 2-5 as we all are living in. And I was recently in a, let's call it a situation with someone I met on a dating app. We were dating, that's the word that she used, and we were taking it very slow. As oftentimes you do on dating apps, you meet many times, hang out, go and do holiday things sometimes, like we went to a haunted house and things like this. And, we hung out for over 2 months, met many times, went over to her house several times, started watching Survivor together. And it got to like a more than just like a dating casually situation, and more of kind of like we are definitely dating and we're just kind of waiting to get physical, because sometimes, it depends on your pace with that. And I was being super respectful of her pace. Come to Halloween, we've been dating for, over 2 months. When by the time we get to Halloween, we had like a group Jurassic Park, not group, but a couple's Jurassic Park costume planned. We wear the costume to her friend's house. We go to like an adult, like 6-person little gathering at her friend's house with charcuterie boards and wine glasses and things like that, and have a great time, hang out, talk for hours with her friends until the end of the night. And then after the weekend, she goes to visit her parents for a couple days. And I get a text on the Monday after Halloween, after months of hanging out in person, texting every day, basically, dating in a way that it's like, we're only waiting on calling it boyfriend and girlfriend, or whatever kind of label you have as adults. She texts me and lets me know that she is not romantically interested in me. And I respect that. I let her know that by text. I totally understand. But also, 2 months is a long time to interact with someone in the way that we were interacting in kind of a dating scenario, where if you are not romantically interested in someone, and we were kissing, we were, it's not like we were acting as if we were friends. We were certainly more than friends. But my question is, who is the bitch in this situation? Is it her for letting it go on so long if she was not sure of romantic feelings, or me for continuing to be upset here on the day of our Lord Thanksgiving, Jackie? There's no lords in sight. I heard you say that this morning. I watched the Thanksgiving parade with Dean Holden. But I'm still bent up about it, because I feel like I really like this girl, and she's telling me that she's not romantically interested in me, which was a surprise to me, because we had spent so much time together. And so I'm wondering if she is a bitch for letting it go on so long if she was not feeling that kind of way about me, or if I'm the bitch for still feeling twisted up about it. Love you guys. Love the show. Asking for advice because I trust you so deeply. And I'm super excited to hear your advice if I'm able to hear it. Happy Thanksgiving and late Thanksgiving, and happy early Muppets Christmas Carol season to all those who celebrate. Bye.
No cheeses for us Mises to you as well.
Oh man, this is such a toughie.
It's such a toughie.
Because I've literally had friends that were like, oh, I didn't really like my husband, start really feeling a spark with my husband for the first 5 or 6 dates or something.
Right.
But you're talking every day and you're smooching. But like, I guess I'm wondering, did you ask her? Because, okay, how do you feel, Jackie, about this whole concept of the ick?
Oh, that you get it and then you can't un-ick?
Yeah.
You know, I think it depends on what the ick is. I think that I think everybody can have certain boundaries that they do not ever want crossed, and that is just something that can never be un-icked, and that makes complete sense. I think that sometimes the ick is like made to be such, it's as if some younger people are being told that if you have any ick whatsoever, that's not a person for you.
Yeah.
Any ick. It's like, yes.
No, I had so many icks about my husband when I met him. I was like, oh my God. Like, oh, I swear to God, the first time he ever called me his girlfriend, I went to go meet him at this show and he was wearing the most heinous outfit I'd ever seen in my life. He was wearing high tops with his socks like bunched up on top of them, plaid multicolored shorts, and some fucking t-shirt. And I was like, you look insane. Like, hadn't gotten a haircut. I was like, you look crazy. And I'll never forget it. I'll never forget it. I was like, you look like I can't even and I'm like, those were moments where I was like, ugh. But like, I was into him. Like, I liked his personality so much. And like, I was attracted to him that I could overcome those little icks and be like, you know, clothes can be changed, haircuts can happen, and that.
Sexual attraction is
has
something.
To be there.
It not only does it have to be there, but I would say that it is something that especially depending on what kind of person you are, is something that romantic attraction and physical attraction takes a while. There are many different, you know, it's quite a spectrum of people and what they need to go through to feel a sexual attraction to another person. Not everybody is a me and literally like can, you know, just look me in the eyes and I'm like, I'm probably attracted to you.
Right.
And I have a problem in the other way. But I think that it takes however long it's going to take for every single person. And I would say that no matter what, this person, like the person that you were dating, is not the bitch in this scenario for deciding or at least acknowledging that they were not sexually attracted to you, because maybe they really fucking liked you and weren't really feeling sexually attracted to you, but really wanted to see if they could make it work anyway.
Yeah, and like a lot of times, like I would say, not exclusively women, but women, I think a lot of times are like building up like a lot of trust to get to the sexual
to the
part.
sexual side
and
of it.
Like watching Survivor together and talking every day is like building that kind of trust. And so I think she was building it and building it and building it. And then ultimately, did she, I guess what I'm wondering is like, did she say, when I brought up the ick, I'm only bringing it up because you sound like a great guy, Matt. I'm sure I'm not saying there's anything ick about you. I'm telling you, my husband had tons of ick stuff about him that I got over. But like, I'm wondering if there was like a certain thing you said. Did you ask her like, hey, like what changed? Like, or is this just like a general feeling? Did I say something? Because I think sometimes, a lot of times when they talk about the ick, it's like the way you see somebody treat a waitress at a restaurant.
Something like that.
And you're like, there's something about your worldview that is not going to be compatible with me. And I don't think you're ever really going to change it. And like, I wonder if it was anything like that or if it was just like,
I mean, she specifically
she couldn't imagine it going further sexually.
And being romantic. And she's just not feeling. And that is a spark that, if you're not going to be, you know, both in it working to create that spark, that if she feels herself pulling away because she's not seemingly romantically attracted to you, honestly, I would hope, and I'm curious as to what your follow-up was, because Kara, I think that you're so right. I would be curious to say, like, just so I know, like, did something change?
Yeah, is there something I did or
because I wonder, like, did the couple's costume, was that just too much for her? Was it like the idea of like,
because that was my thing is like, I totally understand how for you that was a sign, because a couple's costume is like a real sign of like your boyfriend, girlfriend.
I think, yes.
You're dressing up as the same thing with each other for Halloween and going to a small, like basically wine with friends.
Like, right.
That it does suck when you're like, I just feel like we're having such a good time together. Did she want to stay friends, or was she just like, I just don't think that I want to have romantic feelings and ever talk to you again?
I want to know so much.
Like I need a little bit more info, but at the same time, I know 2 months feels like a long time.
When you're feeling someone, though, it is like when those first 2 months
you're
when you're
every day,
and
and
you're
there's like
feeling
that,
somebody,
you're feeling that giddy like rush of getting to know someone, and you're feeling it, and you like her a lot. And
I just feel like you got like almost like Wile E. Coyote'd, where it's like all of a sudden like a wall came out of nowhere, which of course you're going to be. That's why I don't think that there is a bitch in this scenario. I think that I appreciate
there's
that.
a bitchless crime.
It's a bitchless crime because this person did at least come to. We're all hoping that once she realized, okay, I just don't see this working for me. Hopefully she made that decision and wasn't dragging it on. Or like, would you
she
have
also
rather,
did it in like a very communicative like way where I would say 95% of people that would be in her place would probably just start ghosting, start pulling away, pick a fight.
That's what I mean. She said,
she came to you directly and told you how she felt.
And that is a difficult, vulnerable thing to say to somebody, especially somebody you're seeing that you're not romantically interested in.
And so I wonder if she would be open to giving you a little bit more information.
A little bit more feedback, just something, just to for you to know a little bit more because you were feeling it so hard that maybe, you just did something. It's like, how many icks does it take to get to the center of a lovely
like
pop?
Just,
you know what I mean?
If you feel like you self-esteem wise can like take it, just be like, is there just something like that I did that turned you off? Because I felt like things were going really well, and I just want to know for my next relationship or for how I'm approaching dating, like, is there something that I did? And it could just literally be her being like, no, I think you're so great. It's not there for me. Something's not clicking.
Also, did you dress up as Sam Neill and Laura Dern? Did you dress up as Richard Attenborough and like the kid?
Wayne Knight and the spitting.
Maybe. Oh
maybe
my
you
God!
were Wayne Knight and the raptor.
Yes, I'm very curious. What couple did you guys choose to go as? Were you both dinosaurs?
But this is like I could tell you're like a mature person because I feel like so many men would be like, they wouldn't even, first of all, they probably wouldn't be listening. They wouldn't be calling into Who's the Bitch, but like, they'd just be like, well, I actually wasn't feeling it either. I'm like that's what men do all the time.
Thank you for sharing this with us. And thank you for asking this because it is important. And that's why I am curious. I would love an update if you got any more feedback from her afterwards.
Yeah.
Or did you, I also understand where you don't know ever maybe you just don't want to talk to her at all, which I would also get.
Because if you guys were doing like, I know this sounds like I'm sort of like splitting hairs here, but it's like, if you guys were doing like long makeout sessions where you felt like the physical was there, or were you just like kind of pecking each other and doing little things like
was it getting hot and heavy?
Because I would say if you feel like in your next relationship, like, oh, I'm not really getting the romantic, reciprocation. Like, and again, I agree with you. Everybody goes at their own pace. You don't want to like try to like, get someone into bed on like date one or whatever, which also you can if that's your
if you're
vibe,
both
whatever,
into it,
if you're both into it. But like, I'm just kind of trying to like uncover the clues because I know this can kind of feel like it came out of nowhere, but there may have been some clues along the way, like not, just with some of the physical stuff. But I would just ask her, like maybe now by the time this episode comes out, a little bit of time will have passed. You just be like, hey, I'm not trying to like belabor this or anything. I just have a couple questions, and like, would you mind just like sort of letting me know if there was like anything that specifically happened. I just want to like better myself, like not that you did anything wrong. No. And like, it could be that you did nothing, but it's just like, we're always navigating this landscape of dating, and like, maybe there is a thing you did, like maybe she's like, oh, I like guys to be more aggressive, and you were like, oh, okay, I was totally trying to give you your space, like, just I'm spitballing, you know what I mean, like, so. And if she doesn't give you any more information and just says it's just a click thing for me, then I think you just gotta kind of keep on trucking, and that's a bummer. It's a bummer when you feel like things are going well, and you're like not on the same page. But then also like maybe on your next relationship, there's a little bit more checking in, like after month 1.
Right.
It's like, hey, it's been like about a month and I feel like
How
we're
are you
texting every
feeling?
single day and we're doing this and that. And,
Are you digging this?
yeah, I just dated some other women where it's ended up becoming a friendship. And I just kind of want to know like where you're at. Like, do you feel,
how you're feeling.
checking in?
Yeah, and do more
Yeah.
emotional check-ins.
Yeah.
I'm sending you a lot of luck. It is,
Yeah, man.
It's a very difficult world to navigate out there, and to also go through, to wend and wine.
To
Is
go
that
to
what it
a
is?
charcuterie board party and have it all end too much.
Right after you did a 6-person Halloween party. I feel like that's a solidification of a boyfriend-girlfriend status to me. But
Yeah.
please let us know.
Yeah. Jackie, please read our next one.
You got it. Hi, Kara and Jackie. Love y'all, love the pod. Family and wedding drama incoming. My brother-in-law, Ernie, is having an international destination wedding next year.
Second
oh, wow,
email
another
about
destination.
a destination
Okay.
international wedding.
The plan is for my husband, Bert, and I to attend with our child, Abby.
Abby Cadabby. I don't know if you can tell that this is a full Sesame
It's
Street.
a full Sesame Street. Abby is a toddler and will be 3 when the wedding occurs, so this is a pretty big undertaking for us. I'm nervous about the trip, honestly, but Bert and Ernie are really close, so we're making it happen. My in-laws will also be attending the wedding. Thankfully, they are supportive and involved grandparents. Abby is their first grandchild, and they love to spend time with her. To help make the trip more manageable, we're sitting next to our in-laws on our flights, and we've booked a family suite to share. Obviously, my husband and I will be the ones primarily responsible for our own child, but my in-laws are willing and able to help. So, for example, when Abby goes to bed and they're in for the night, Bert and I can go out. There are also a couple of excursions planned for everyone in attendance at the wedding. There's one excursion that I have no interest in going on, so I'm planning to stay with Abby at the hotel that day. And there's another excursion that my mother-in-law has no interest in. She has offered to watch Abby that day. Ernie's fiance, Julia, has a somewhat strained relationship with Bert and I. We're all outwardly friendly with each other, but we've never really connected, and our personalities don't always mesh. Additionally, Julia is weirdly judgmental about childcare arrangements we make with Bert and Ernie's parents. Sidebar, none ya fucking business. Anyway, jumping back in, we were out once with Ernie and Julia commented that it seems like we don't enjoy spending time with our kid because we're always pawning her off. That was infuriating, but Julia was drunk and our relationship is already difficult, so I let it go. But I've noticed she makes little comments almost every time we see her about how she wishes Bert and Ernie's parents had less responsibility and more time to themselves, or she wishes they could get out more, stuff like that. To be clear, I have genuinely reflected on this, and I don't think we take advantage of Bert and Ernie's parents. They live in the same neighborhood as Bert and I, so we get together as a family pretty frequently. Otherwise, they babysit when we go out for a few hours once or twice per month, and they may help on occasion during a workday when Abby is sick or her daycare is closed. We've been on 4 adults-only trips since Abby was born, and they've kept her each time for a night or 2. Anyway, we recently had Ernie and Julia over to our house for dinner. We started talking about the wedding, and they told us they don't like that we've planned for Bert and Ernie's mom to watch Abby during the one excursion she doesn't want to go on. I don't remember exactly what they said, but they insinuated that Bert and Ernie's mom actually does want to go, and she only offered to watch Abby out of obligation. In the moment, I just explained that I genuinely believe she doesn't want to go and elaborated that she offered to take care of Abby without being prompted. This is 100% true. When I talked to my mother-in-law about the itinerary for this trip, she specifically said, "I'm not doing that activity. You and Bert plan to go on that and I'll watch Abby." But Ernie and Julia just won't accept that. Basically, their position is that we shouldn't expect Bert and Ernie's parents to watch our kid at all because they should feel free to spend their time however they want for the entire trip. I squashed the conversation in the moment and just said we'd talk more to the in-laws about it. But am I the bitch for wanting Ernie and Julia to butt out of our childcare arrangements with our in-laws during this trip? I get that Ernie and Julia have a vision for their wedding activities, and Ernie's parents absolutely do deserve to be a part of everything they want to be a part of. In the hierarchy of wedding guests, I recognize that the parents of the groom are more important than the brother and sister-in-law. But Bert and I also deserve to enjoy this trip within reason, as does our kid. So is it wrong that I feel disrespected in this situation? Or am I the bitch for letting my in-laws help me and my husband out with their only grandchild for a few hours here and there? And what, if anything, can Bert and I do or say to put this issue to bed? Thanks, Zoe.
Oh boy.
Oh, I bet you've got a lot
to say. I think Ernie and Julia can go fuck themselves.
Wow. Right to the bank.
They can go fuck themselves right onto that tropical island. Fuck off. This is probably, I'm literally making a full guess right now, but I bet you this has something to do with Julia being jealous of like your relationship with your mother-in-law or something.
It's something.
Like, it's gotta be something where like they're jealous that like you guys are further along as a couple. You have just in terms of time, I'm assuming that you've been married. I'm honestly just assuming that you've been together longer because you have a kid together. But like you guys have been together. They haven't gotten married yet. You've probably known the parents a little bit longer. And I don't understand why you're talking about the hierarchy of wedding guests. I don't know. I wouldn't give a shit if my mom didn't want to come on some boat ride or some deep sea fishing trip or whatever.
Especially if she said she didn't want to go on it.
Because she's older and who cares?
Yeah,
like,
she doesn't
I
want
would
to go on
actually
it.
say that my brother or sister are above anyone else at the wedding.
Yeah, I think
like
siblings.
my bridal party and siblings. Like,
Yes.
we were probably involved. But I think you need to have a conversation with your mother-in-law and tell her, Ernie and Julia are making us feel bad for all these arrangements. And I just want to make it crystal clear that you are not obligated to do any of these things and just see where you stand. And why do you think that talk to your mother-in-law about it. And that way, the next time Ernie and Julia bring it up, you can be like, this is what your mom wants. I've talked to her about it. If you have you can go talk to her about it.
Once you talk to her about it, but then also I think that Bert and Ernie need to have a conversation and say like, okay, where is this like, do you also feel this way? Is this just a judgment from your fiance?
Fuck how
like,
anyone is getting their kid watched?
It's none ya business.
Yeah.
Like it really, I feel it's none
like
of your business.
A controlling aspect of a wedding that I've not even heard about a Bridezilla.
Also,
like,
it's crazy that the fiance, like, if there is one thing I definitely know, it is two huge things you don't ever comment on. It is how someone spends their money and how someone raises their children. Julia, you ain't got no fucking dog in this fight.
If Julia and Ernie have a kid,
that's what I'm saying.
Then they feel like,
then they feel you
Abby's getting more attention.
You take it from there.
Than Big Bird or whatever.
Sure, you take it from there. But this is what I'm saying. That's like, Julia, fuck off. She
just doesn't like you. She just doesn't
sounds
like
she
you.
doesn't like
I'm
you.
sorry.
Yeah,
I think she's got some kind of strained relationship with you guys. Maybe she is one of these controlling people that doesn't like that Ernie has a close relationship with Bert and is trying to like isolate you guys. But you're right. I think Bert and Ernie need to talk to each other. Because this is fucking crazy behavior.
That's crazy. And I'm
traveling internationally with my child who I have to buy another seat for, all that shit. This is financially costly. It's stressful. I'm getting a little bit of help from family and that's bothering you. I don't get it.
Right?
This woman has a problem with you.
Yes. And I only say that Bert and Ernie need to have the conversation just because like I can only imagine me going to my sister-in-law in this state. It's like, you don't want us talking to each other right now.
And then maybe
so why don't you guys figure this out?
And then maybe Bert talks to his mom too and then tells Ernie to shut the fuck up. And you better tell Julia to shut the fuck up too because this is crazy.
Because this needs to stop.
This is fucking nuts.
Go
enjoy the trip. Your mom probably doesn't want to go on some boat ride that's going to make her feel sick or whatever. Like, there's plenty of shit that's going to go on at a wedding.
Especially an international trip with older people. Like, I'm sure there's also, it's like, maybe it's an excursion that has a lot of stairs and she's having knee problems. It's like, we don't know what the mom is dealing with.
Also, it sounds like they're giving you a bunch of complaints with no solutions. If you don't want the mom to be there, who do you want to babysit? Are you like, oh, by the way, we got the name of a really reliable babysitting service from the resort. resort. And they actually have like all these vetted babysitters in case you guys ever want to leave Abby at home while we go do this or that. But like,
no pointing out the problems and no solutions.
Day where your mom's going to stay home with the kid. Who cares?
Yeah. Honestly, isn't it good
acting insane
and explaining to Julia, and not that you're going to right now, but also giving to explaining to Julia, maybe mom also, like your mother-in-law also would love just a little bit of time off on an international trip, which would be great for her to just sit and chill. A lot of people would love to just
sit by a pool with a 3-year-old and then put the kid down for a nap. And go take a nap yourself.
Yes.
And like, it's, you know, whatever.
I think also, and I'm speaking about this as a fellow childless, I think that other childless people assume that no one would ever want to spend time with a child, which is just not the case.
I don't know. I agree with you. And I also think that this girl, Julia, would figure out something else if it wasn't the kid shit.
Yep.
She's got something
You're
going
damn
on.
right.
She's a bitch. Take her to bitch jail.
Yes.
So thank you, Zoe. Let us know what, I really want to know what shakes out. I don't think that this wedding is coming up for a little while, but let us know what happens. Please. It's next year, so let us know. Anyway.
You got
Hey, Jackie and Kara, I love you so much and listen to every episode. Oh, thank you. My husband introduced me to LPN in 2017 and I haven't looked back. It's actually hard for me to get into new podcasts/podcasters. This is kind of a sensitive subject, so you can call me Mia, femme 30s, and call my husband Leo, male 30s. Leo had a series of strokes when he was in his early 20s. Other than chronic fatigue, he's mostly recovered. Before his strokes, we had a great sex life. After, it would be no surprise that he would slow down. However, over the last 5 years, he hasn't been having many erections, and the ones he can get, he can never keep. The doctor said there is nothing physically wrong with him, so he prescribed Viagra. Here's where the bitchuation comes in. I have a very high sex drive. I have asked my husband to take the Viagra a few times, but I don't want to force him. The last time I asked was a year or two ago. We've had sex once this year, 2025, and weren't able to finish. That was months ago. It's December 1st. As of the writing of this. I know he has hands and there are other things we can do, but sometimes I want to be dicked down. In the meantime, and because this isn't suddenly a new topic of discussion for our relationship, we are ethically non-monogamous, giving me the option of finding someone who can take care of me, quote unquote, every once in a while. Leo and I tell each other almost everything, so much so that I almost asked his opinion on this situation before I remembered it was about him. I'm not sure if he has a reason for not taking the med. Is he the bitch for not taking the medication? Am I a bitch for wanting more than my husband can currently give me? Is this a situation for couples therapy and not you guys? I know for sure strokes are the bitch. Mia. This is so interesting because it's like, I'm surprised that he's not just popping those babies and going to town.
Well, that's why I think immediately your question is he the bitch for not taking the medication? But you just said, I'm not sure if he has a reason for not taking the med. That's
we gotta ask him.
We gotta talk. There is no, I feel like, bitch in this situation as of right now. It seems like there was a problem and your husband went to go get what he could to take care of his problem. Now it needs to be a further conversation.
Yeah.
And it seems like you guys are able to talk about everything so much so that you almost brought this situation to him. So I'm sure that there is a way in which you guys can talk this out because, take the idea. And if there's something I learned from my work with a sex psychiatrist, Dr. Jordan, it's the idea of, I have a high sex drive. He has a low sex drive. The idea of sex drive in comparison to what? So the only person you're comparing it to in this situation, Mia, is with the person that you currently want to be having more sex with. And so I feel like it's even taking because I feel like when you say like, I have a high sex drive, you're taking this like guilt on yourself, or he's got a low sex drive and you're putting that guilt on your other person. And I feel like saying phrases like that is making it more of a competition and showing that you guys are not on the same playing field. And I feel like that's what you're saying with that, which you're not. And you guys definitely could be. Please ask if they're like, maybe it makes his heart race in a way that like
he's nervous he's going to have another stroke or something.
Maybe, you know what? I've also talked to people that have penises before that are so scared because they've heard all of the horror stories of having to go get your dick drained and stuff. It's like, there could be many reasons why he's not taking it, or maybe he's just forgetting about it. But it seems like you've brought it up a couple of times, which means that this needs to definitely be further conversation. And E&M has nothing to do with this.
Yeah.
Being ethically non-monogamous, and Mia, I know that you know this because, like, yeah, you can go get off. Like, that's not the issue.
But you want to be having sex with him.
You want to have sex with your husband.
Yeah.
And with your primary partner, at least, I don't know if you refer to them as your primary partner, but you want to have sex with him. He's your best friend.
Yeah.
That's completely understandable. That's not you being a bitch, and him with the pills not being a bitch either. I think this is all miscommunication.
Yeah, you guys just have to talk about this. Because I think also it's like, yeah, I think, does he know how much you enjoy having that kind of sex with him and like penetrative sex,
right?
You know, like if that's, does he know that? Or does he think, oh, I don't even want to get into it. She gets it other places and I don't want to be disappointing if I can't hold on to my erection or whatever. And then like, you know, there's a lot loaded into this kind of thing. And I know it's a sensitive subject.
Completely.
And it's interesting that you say we tell each other everything. So I think you should be able to easily sit down and go, babe, let's just talk about this. I know that I'm ethically non-monogamous, but like I want to be having sex with you more.
Yes.
So how can we make this happen?
Penetrative sex. Yes.
Like, would it help you to like schedule it? Like, let's put it in the calendar that we're going to have sex like once every 2 weeks or something like that. Or once a month to start or something. You know what I mean?
But then you set it up
and
as
then
a
you
night.
set it up and it's like that way you can take the pill in advance and feel like
there's no anxiety
you know
with it.
that you're going to take it and like this and that. Or is there a reason why you're not taking it? Is there a thing that it doesn't make you feel? I mean, you haven't asked him to take it in a year or two. That's a pretty long time considering that this has been going on for 5 years. And I think having sex one time in all of 2025 is pretty low occurring and low libido for, not that, like I agree with what Jackie's saying, like don't compare yourselves in terms of sex drive, because it's like maybe for now, maybe you and him will start ramping up your sex, but you'll still need it as much as going to your other partners outside or your like the ethically non-monogamous partners. But maybe he'll get to a level where you don't really feel like you want to do that anymore. Like, who knows? I'm glad that you guys figured out like sort of a solution for you in terms of just getting the dick that you want, or that you need. But yeah, this is just a convo.
Yeah, it really is. And I feel like with the way that you guys with the way in which Mia is talking about your relationship, I feel like you guys can do this. You guys can navigate this together.
Yeah.
I really feel that, you know, it seems that I feel that anyone that I've ever heard about that didn't want to take some sort of dick medication was really just laden with so many fears about all of it.
Yeah.
That honestly, I think a lot of people with penises are not always given the opportunity to discuss.
Can you like microdose of Viagra? Can you take like half a pill or a quarter?
I genuinely don't know.
I don't really know a lot about it.
I don't know. I think that, but also, I also imagine that there are other, you know, maybe specifically Viagra is not really doing it for him. Maybe there's other medication that we use. Like maybe that is not working and maybe he doesn't want to say anything about it. You know, it's like,
I mean, I've listened to enough Esther Perel that it's like this could just be like a full mental block for him or something. And there could be a way that these erections can come back naturally after he works through some stuff. But like, yeah, I feel like you guys should be able to talk about that. That's like literally the whole thing. I know it's like sensitive and like quote unquote embarrassing, but it's like you've been married for years now.
Yeah.
You should be able to talk about anything with each other, you know? Like, so you got to just sit down and be like, hey, listen, like, I know that I'm getting like physically satisfied outside of this relationship, but I want to be having sex with you more.
Right.
I love you. Like, this is you're complimenting him. Like, I enjoy, it's interesting too that the medical event kind of, that it was great before.
I know.
And that this kind of like, and I wonder if it's just like him like lacking a trust in his body. And like, 'cause a stroke really is so out of nowhere. Like, right?
Well, and especially like clusters of strokes in your early 20s.
Yeah,
I mean,
that's an out of nowhere.
That's crazy.
That's an out of nowhere experience, I think, for your body to go through at that young age. And like, he maybe just is like, I don't trust my body. I don't trust myself. Maybe he was working out at the time it happened or something. He's like, I don't want to get physically too, who knows what's going on with him.
And you also brought up the chronic fatigue. Maybe he's embarrassed because he gets so winded and can't continue. Maybe it's something that like really does keep him from being able to be mentally present when he's having sex with you.
Yeah.
There's just so many things that it could be. And I'd love to hear back from you, Mia, if you're able to have this conversation.
And if you have the conversation and he shuts down or nothing really comes out of it, then I do feel like it's a couples therapy situation.
Yes.
And there's so many good like sex therapists that I feel like have the tools to like cure this kind of issue quickly. Because man, Esther Perel's got a lot of great.
Dude,
go give that pod a little listen. She's like a relationship expert because like she's spoken to women who like have like painful intercourse and been like, some of that could be physical, but some of it can also be mental. It's like, let's work through it. And I think it's great that you're not even just like, well, I'm just going to get dick in other places, and you're not giving up on it.
No.
You're not giving up on it. And I think that's
committed.
good.
And I think this is why.
And I think we need Leo to just tell you his side of the story and what's going on.
Yes.
And just make him feel not embarrassed, because it's such a societal thing that like men are supposed to have immediate hard-ons and be able to stay hard for 4 hours and just have sex for days at a time. Like, it's just crazy, all the pressure I think that's put on men to perform sexually. And I think it's like, you just want to tell him like, I just want to have sex with you and like, let's figure out how we can make it happen. Right. Not like, oh, I'm so disappointed that you're not taking the drugs or that you're not interested in this or whatever.
And coming at it, it's just like, there are many ways to discuss this situation. Yeah. And
if he was on another medication or something that like lowered his libido, I would understand that too. But like, is he? Like, I don't know. You didn't give us that information, so I'm assuming not. And I'm assuming not. Also, if the doctor gave him Viagra, then he's cleared to take it.
Right.
So,
but who knows?
Yeah, but who knows what his mental block to
We got to find out about Leo.
You got to find out, Mia. Find out for us. Get back to us. Thank you so much to everybody who wrote in. We really try to get to all of your emails and voicemails. You guys all have so many thoughtful issues that you are sharing with us, and we really appreciate you opening up to us. We'll try to get to everything. If you wrote in a while ago and we haven't gotten to your thing yet, your submission, then just call us at the Bitchathon tomorrow, December 11th.
Yes.
Call us. Go to who'sthebitch.com for all the ways to submit a voicemail, an email, or to call us during that live Bitchathon tomorrow night. And Godspeed. I hope everybody is surviving holiday stress.
We're going to make it through the holidays. We're going to make it through the rest of this year. We've got it. It's smooth sailing, guys. We're like, there's no problems ahead of us. It's only smooth.
Everything's good.
Yeah, it's like a bunch of shit coming out. It's a bunch of shit coming out of my butt. I'm sorry I said that.
Jingle, bitch, jingle all the way. We love you guys. See you next week. Bye.
This show is made possible by listeners like you. Thanks to our ad sponsors, you can support our shows by supporting them. For more shows like the one you just listened to, go to lastpodcastnetwork.com.
Hi, I'm Jenny Slate, and believe it or not, someone is allowing us to have a podcast.
I'm Gabe Liedman.
I'm Max Silvestri, and we've been friends for 20 years, and we like to reach out to kind of get advice on how to live our lives.
It's called I Need You Guys.
Should I give my baby fresh vegetables?
Can I drink the water at the hospital?
My landlord plays the trombone, and I can't ask him to stop.
You should make sure that you subscribe so that you never miss an episode.
I need you guys.
At Capella University, learning online doesn't mean learning alone. You'll get support from people who care about your success, like your enrollment specialist who gets to know you and the goals you'd like to achieve. You'll also get a designated academic coach who's with you throughout your entire program. Plus, career coaches are available to help you navigate your professional goals. A different future is closer than you think with Capella University. Learn more at capella.edu.